friends. Welcome back to Connectedness. I'm Fernanda, your host and founder of Filled Cups. And this is the space where we explore what it means to grow, connect, and trust ourselves, and to show up authentically with each other. Today, I'd like to talk about something that I think will feel both honest and hopeful. And because lately we've been exploring how friendships change, drift, and sometimes fade. But today I want to gently challenge a common assumption. Not all fading friendships are lost. Some of them are simply unmaintained. That's a concept researchers call ambient distance. That slow, almost invisible drifting apart that happens when no one is actively nurturing the relationship. But what stood out to me most isn't just that this happens, it's that many of these friendships are still available to us. They're not broken, they're not beyond repair, they just need attention. And in this episode, I want to focus on what it actually looks like to revive and maintain the relationships that matter to us. We often label friendships as over or drifted apart. Not what they used to be, but what if instead we asked, has this friendship ended or has it simply not been maintained? Because those are very different things. Many relationships don't end with a clear decision. They simply pause. And what we do next determine whether they stay distant or become close again. So, what does maintenance actually look like in real life? Maintenance isn't grand or complicated. It's often simple, small, and consistent. It can be things like reaching out without a specific reason, or following up instead of letting the conversation drop, making concrete plans instead of vague intentions, checking in during ordinary moments and not just big life events, and maybe most importantly, taking initiative without keeping score. Because one of the biggest barriers to reconnection is the quiet thought, like, they haven't reached out either. But maintenance requires someone to go first. Here's a reflection for us. Where in your life are you waiting instead of initiating? And here's a mindset shift from pressure to openness. Sometimes we don't reach out because it feels awkward. We think, is it too late? Will it be weird? Shouldn't we be closer if we are meant to be? But friendships don't operate on perfect timing. They operate on willingness. A simple message like, hey, I was thinking about you today, or I would love to catch up if you're open to it. It can be enough to reopen the door. Reconnection doesn't just require a perfect explanation. It requires genuine intention. This is something I find really important to acknowledge. Research and social patterns show that men and women are often socialized differently when it comes to friendship maintenance. Many women are encouraged to express emotions more openly, to check in regularly, to maintain relational closeness through conversation, while many men are often socialized to bond through shared activities rather than emotional check-ins. They avoid vulnerability, or they're encouraged to avoid, or serious conversations, and they assume that friendships can resume without frequent contact. This can lead to different expectations. For example, one person might feel that distance means disconnection. Another might feel that distance doesn't change the bond at all. Neither is wrong, but without awareness, it can create misunderstandings. Here's an important nuance. Maintenance doesn't have to look the same to everyone. For some, it's a long conversation. For others, it's an invitation to spend time together. The goal isn't to force one style, it's to understand and meet each other with flexibility. Here's a reflection. How do you naturally maintain connection? And how might the people in your life do it differently? Here are some practical ways to revive a friendship. If there's someone on your mind right now, here are a few gentle ways to reconnect. Send a low-pressure message. I saw this and thought of you. Acknowledge the gap without over-apologizing. Suggest something specific like a coffee, a walk, or a call. Keep it light at first. Depth can rebuild over time. Be consistent after reconnecting, and most importantly, allow the relationship to evolve instead of trying to recreate exactly what it was. I want to invite you to reflect on this. Which friendship in your life feels like it's paused rather than finished? What has been holding you back from reaching out to them? Are you expecting certainty before taking action? What is one small, low pressure way you could reconnect this week? And maybe this is the most important question. What relationships in your life are worth maintaining, even imperfectly? As I reflect on this idea, what stands out most is this: friendship isn't just something we find, it's something we tend to. And sometimes the difference between a distant relationship and a close one isn't history or compatibility, it's maintenance. So before you assume a friendship is lost, consider the possibility that it might just need a little care, a message, a moment, a small act of intention. And if this episode resonated with you, I encourage you to take one step this week. Reach out to someone who's been on your mind, not perfectly, not with pressure, just openness. Because many relationships are not gone, they're simply waiting. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode felt meaningful, share it with someone you'd love to reconnect with. Maybe that can be your first step. Until next time, keep growing, keep trusting yourself, and keep showing up authentically. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that we can stay connected.